So we have maybe Marcus All playing with Powell, but that's not the biggest story, as we are going to go to see the first best games that we are looking forward to in this season. And then we have the Golden State Warriors versus Nets as the first game of the whole season, with KD versus an old team. Kyrie, yeah, that's a crazy team. Also, we have Lakers versus Clippers, Battle of LA. Wizards versus 76ers. We have Russell Westbrook, Bradley Beal versus Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons. Then we have the Celtics against the Bucks, which is crazy because we have the they were versus each other many times in the playoffs. And we have Tatum and Brown versus Middleton and Giannis because Kemba's out, I think. Thunder versus Rockets. We have the Houston versus Rockets team, which I don't know why it's in here because the Thunder suck. Mavericks versus Clippers. They were in the playoffs this year. So yeah, must see games. We had the Bucks versus the Heat twice. They were versus each other in the second round, and the Heat won. Blazers versus Clippers. They had some beef, yeah. Celtics versus Heat again. They were in the playoffs again. Jazz versus Nuggets. They were in the playoffs this year. Nets versus Bucks. Giannis versus KD and Kyrie versus Middleton. That would be crazy. Lakers versus Warriors. Steph versus LeBron again. Very good. Sixers versus Celtics. You know their classic rivalry. Embiid versus Tatum. Yeah. Rockets versus Wizards. Russell and John Wall will go versus their old teams. And the Lakers versus Sixers. Embiid versus LeBron. Milwaukee Bucks versus Pelicans. Giannis, the best power forward, versus the future power forward, Zion Williamson. And then we have the Lakers versus the Celtics, which is a very good one. With the rivalry. Then we have the Nuggets versus Lakers playoffs from last year. Nets versus Lakers, KD versus LeBron, that happened a lot. And Kyrie versus old teammate. And then we have the Mavericks versus Rockets. Just James Harden versus probably the next best shooting guard, Luka Doncic. Then we have the Heat versus Lakers, the finals rematch. Nets and Clippers, PG and Kawhi versus Kevin Durant and Kyrie, two of the best duos. Then we have the Nets versus the Rockets. And we have the Detroit Pistons versus Minnesota Timberwolves. Do not know why this is very good. And we have Charlotte versus Cleveland. Oh, this is good because it's LaMelo's first game. And this is good because it's Edwards' first game. And finally, we have the Pelicans versus the Hornets. LaMelo versus Lonzo. And Zion. Thank you guys for watching. We're out.